that could be a good look. This is a very interesting spot we are in, though, for Anyone's Legend in their first game of the playoffs, right? Because we come into this matchup talking endlessly about how Kyle is a...
The 1v2s and some of these lane swaps early on, or it will be Crisp with his TP later on that will be dictating the swaps in this early game.
That's a very interesting point to make. Is Shanks already looking for a trading flashes here with Xiaohu. The lane we thought would
starve out this Gwen if they're able to play it right, as Tien's going to burn his shadow early, so that means that Tarzan really gets to push him around.
I mean, he's just tormenting this guy early, but did he go a little too far? Could use the steadfast presence to get away from the Zenith blade, but it's a flash over the wall from Tarzan nonetheless. As Chris does a much better job. Also got the burst of Shanks. It's going to make for some very fun fights to watch once we reach that point, but still want to applaud AL returning to this style that they've been so good at now. Maybe an Otacon in 4 minutes, or this next Cloud Soul Drake that we're getting. Hold on, we've got Tarzan catching Breathe out. The flash into the unstoppable onslaught. Easy kill secure there for Flandra. And just like that, we have our first bloodshed of the series.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too slow of a pace for most of our long-term LPL fans, but that's okay. It's been a good pace for AL.
We're speeding up now, Chovy. I mean, Xiaohu is taking a huge chunk into Shanks off the shockwave.
He's got no port, no flash.
He's now got him cornered. Just needs to make sure to land the damage here, and he's going to get it done easily. Our mid lane head-to-head, and a solo kill over to Shanks. Oh, TP behind here as well. AL, they're just making plays all across the map. This is classic Anyone's Legend, not giving anything as the Polymorph shuts down Tien. He still gets the second Cyclone knockup, but he's got the Wild Growth on top of Kyle, and Hope is able to free hit, and this is just completely cut down for Anyone's Legend. They pick up kills all across the map and pick up a delayed ace as well.
Early on, now they remove the Rift, they remove the 2 outer turrets, and just like that, in the span of 90 seconds, AL have cracked this game wide open, potentially like 200 plus health per member that is impacted by redemption for fights. If you're fighting with extra 1k health pool at the 15 to 18 minute mark, that is a significant advantage as a team. AL used it very well there with Kyle, and now, when you give a gold lead like this to a comp that has Sivir, has Orianna, has Sion, Sion's so tough to move, and all these champions just delete waves. So really tough for Weibo now to get control back over this game to look for any plays, really.
You saw there the gold disparagement between these two teams. Hold on, Tarzan is looking for the shockwave combo with his patented Poppy. Crisp gets one Z the blade down, but he is dead. The Weaver's Wall comes across, trying to cut off the escapes, but look at the polymorph from Kyle. It catches Tien before he can even use the Cyclone. Enchanter Kyle still finding ways to make plays for Anyone's Legend, and they are starting to run away like a freight train with this game.
It's there. That wasn't a terrifying monkey we're used to see. Spin it around in our backlines. That was something fluffy, as you put it. As Fluffy the Dragon going to be taken down here by AL. You know, brought that next level macro that LCK has, really has that edge over our LPL teams, and they brought that over here. Definitely had some advantage between that.
Oh,
Shanks. Tien can't even get in.
Tien is way too low. He doesn't even get the redemption healing. That means Otacon is off the table here for Weibo. Breathe is posturing towards it, but he's going to watch that big, powerful XP buff run blue in the name of AL here, as they're just picking up everything on the map and running away with this game at light speed. It's up to a 6.5.
Which is a little bit more often. Expect to see Horizon Focus coming in second for the inventory. A little bit surprised to see this game on the Orianna, quite frankly, with Shanks piloting it well.
Nice Shanks sidestep. He hasn't got hit by any of these solar flares just yet. Good steadfast presence to cancel Tien out of his Trickster dash, and there's the shockwave coming across. Shanks is locked in for the playoffs, and AL are right behind him with their laser focus as they find 2 kills with ease. And there's nothing for Weibo to really do right now. I mean, Light's even trying to figure out which escape angle he can really take as Tarzan is hunting him down. Still a fat 0 on the kill board for Weibo, and there is no indication that will change anytime soon.
This game does not feel competitive, Slayer, as AL, I mean, once they got control, they have not looked back. And the speed at which they've taken the map away from Weibo definitely helped. They got the 3 grubs when they blew things up this quickly, as Breathe now loses his flash off of a poorly placed redemption from Crisp. That was placed better. Maybe they can save Breathe's flash. But wave that you throw out to the middle of the map, it just gets instantly absorbed by Sion, Sivir, or Orianna, right? It kind of has left us scratching our heads. Like, we don't know what the real strengths or weaknesses of this team are outside of Breathe and Tian being okay. This is a nice
okay, here we go.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're looking for Kyle. He does use the wild growth, but he's getting burned down. The redemption buying some time. Hope's having to deal with Tian on the backside. Light gets through the transcendence, and they pick up a double kill very quickly before the TP flank can really manifest. Shakes, though, will be able to kill off Breathe thanks to his full combo. But there's some fire behind the butts of Weibo.
I mean, again, if you're playing against this 5-stack composition, you have to find a way to present the Scion with angles and find a couple good engages. As Tarzan,
he's getting caught by Crisp. Another kill picked up. Shakes is too late to the flank here, and Flandra's tanky, but he hasn't got that fat of a health bar. Hold on, though. Shakes just deletes Xiaohu, but Flandra does drop off the map. Light is the real true damage dealer left, but look at the damage Shanks brings. He's just throwing down these combos, and Light without Transcendence, I don't think can really compete with Shanks. 2 levels down, and Shanks is trying to will a 1v3 on his own. He's going to look for a flash angle here to let go of Tian. He's actually going after Light first, gets the slow across. Light uses the barrier to buy himself some time, but Shanks picks up the first kill. Tian's far too low to step up. They have to TP in Breathe, but it doesn't matter. Shanks has himself a double kill. We may have just seen the return to Elite Shanks.
Horizon focus. Big difference between that and the Leandres with the targets that he found in the fight. Because he was finding Xiaohu and Light compared to the Leandres that has like 80 more AP behind it. For the Horizon focus, not to mention the damage amp on the passive. So I think it really helped him get through the squishies from Xiaohu. He split the fight. I know Breathe goes down to Shanks, but they won out on the top side. They split up the Lulu and the Sivir from everyone else. I mean, that's exactly what you're hoping for is Weibo. It's just that Shanks owned them in the long haul with the Orianna. And now, I mean, Weibo, that was really their one last breath to kind of make their mark in this game. Baron's down. It's going to be 2 inhibitors to follow. Shanks flashless. He's the first focus.
The Medjais. They see the bounty. They want it. Shanks, he's been doing really good sidestepping damage all game long, and he does it again. Breathe just has no juice left in his smoothie to contend with Shanks, and he's going to make it Weibo's problem as he throws a double shockwave right towards their forehead, and Shanks calls game. A triple kill to lock in a 10-0 performance, and AL look like they're right back where they left off in Split 2, dominating LPL teams.
The most played champs for each mid are now off the table, and it is Shanks getting the best of the legendary Xiaohu as he goes legendary in game 1. Tian falls, Light bound to follow, and anyone's legend. They make game 1 look pretty easier.
Just Light left to contend with, looking for his 1v5 marksman moment that he will not get. Anyone's legend, showing they're much buffer than their seed.
Can use to take away that Xayah ultimate. Really tough to kill Ornn as Kiana Annie. So I like the scaling of AL. I feel like AL just kind of scales into this 1v1. Renekton does get ahead early on, but only by a wave or 2 or a couple plates. Instead, switching up like this. Flynder has to be a lot happier, but has to deal with the dive.
Shanks is close by. They need to make this kill come across quickly.
He misplayed.
Yeah, Flandra just can't buy enough time with that cancellation coming across. That is exactly where you want the goal to go. Light picks up first blood.
And 2 waves and a handful, like 2 or 3 plates, right? The fact that we're even in waves and
they're going after Flandra, though.
XP. I mean, Flandra, he can do this. Should be able to do it to the best of his abilities. Yep.
Oh, okay, he does. Oh, he interrupts the grand entrance this time. Flash back towards the turret, but this is 4 versus 1, so he will die. Light picks up the second kill. What does anyone's legend get on the bot side for this?
I think burning the flash was too much, but if he cleaned up that entire wave and died, that was, I mean, that's perfect. He still got the wave. I mean, he delays him by 1 timer. It's the grubs for the Drake. Traded out as AL will opt will be deleted even faster, so we'll see Tian on the map. Tian has played the Kiana once. It was a win for Weibo. He played it very well. Tian is a known Kiana player.
Oh, Kyle gets baited into an engage. Good charm comes across. Unbreakable will has to be used. Tarzan off towards the side. Looking to see if he can use that shadow to get himself back in. There's display of talent juked out by Tarzan, but he gets caught by the Blade Caller. And Feats of Warfare go over towards Tian. Shanks is too late to the party.
Yeah, Tarzan, he didn't get the flash off. I think he had the flash out of the Blade Caller. Could not do it, and then Shanks was late. I was watching Shanks to see if he would join Tarzan on going in. So that could just be a fight now without Tibbers. That's a pretty big condition for Weibo missing. And I think an unwarranted drop from Xiaohu, given that Flandre does have TP up and conditions can be okay. He's TPing back in, going to catch the wave. We'll see if they fight after the Dragon.
Oh, they're going to look for the engage here. Quickness gets the charm, knock up onto 2. They're going to dump all the damage into Kyle. Very tanky Alistair, flashes over the wall, still eats the stun, and now Breathe is going to make sure no one else from AL can try and save their support, but they've lost the Dragon. Ornhorn's going to get a double knockup. Grace is pleading to display a talent, though. Tien pushes the Galio off of him, and the stun locks come across, and now the Croc is angry, looking to dish out the damage. Tien can't get the Living Shadow over the wall, and Weibo break this thing wide open.
EL did snipe the Dragon away as Tarzan was able to take that. A couple of their conditions okay. And a very split fight at that. As Killer Instinct does get Hope out of there, but 2 towers do fall to Weibo. Damage yet, and now Weibo have the wallets to back up their very fast composition. An Axiom Arc second for Kiana in this game, Slayer, as Tien wants all the Supreme display talents available.
Over and over again. Talked about how critical the polymorph was for Kyle in game 1 to stifle the Weibo comp and redemption. This time it really feels like...
Kind of set up coming into this, Slayer, that we felt like the top side of Weibo could answer.
Without sniping that Dragon early. The fact they've been able to pick up 2 Drakes is going to be big. And they're going to try and look for overload picks here on to Breathe, who is just getting a little bit too nosy with these wave states. And Shanks is going to grab that kill. So AL's finally on the board, but look at the quick response here from Weibo. They've got Grubs, they've got Herald, and they're looking to grab more turrets to knock down. They need to be wary. They're down a man without one of their big team fight threats here. They're going to be able to exercise caution until the switch is pulled, and man, look at the damage that Tien and Xiaohu bring. Just like that, a 3-piece for Weibo, and they're not exercising any caution anymore. The fisticuffs are off for WBG.
And caution should not be a word in the vocabulary of Weibo if they're trying to play this comp into what AL has, and it's good they've thrown that one out because Tien on this Kiana is stepping up. He's been huge this game. As him and Xiaohu are able to sync up, they find the double kill, take another inner turret, and continue to build this lead up for Weibo. To buy themselves 10 minutes of scaling there, but I don't think Soul is going to be a win condition here for Weibo. They might have the gold to end this one early, as I just think that they force Otacon. See if that resistance shred can maybe bend the tides in your favor just for one fight to get back in.
Ooh. That is
still going to be tough, though.
Some pretty big damage.
Did they find Xiaohu?
In Flandra. Xiaohu going to drop the hammer onto Kyle. Unbreakable Will barely keeping him alive. He's going to flash away, but he is as good as done and dusted. There goes Crisp into the back line. Fortunately, the hero's entrance out of Shakes to protect his carries. Otacon, still the big-time attention here for Weibo, but their health bars are starting to hurt. There's one tank down for AL, so how do they get themselves back in here? They're trying to play the poke method
can't get
here.
in.
Using
they don't have tools.
Shadow.
Yeah, I don't know how Hope gets in.
I don't know how he does either. Tarzan after Living Shadow out. Supreme Display talent only hits Flandra though, and Crisp is very low. ALC angle to go in, but the Galio taunt isn't enough. They steal the Octagon away though. Tarzan gets that big buff out, goes for the death mark, will go down. It's only Flandra to survive and try and thrive as he runs away. But have AL bop themselves more time, stealing away another precious objective.
I mean, they'll take it. It's still a lost fight. The gold deficit doesn't look great. Time to actually relink back up with AL, but still a winning fight for Weibo. Still a really big gold lead. The side is very far ahead, but Breathe is being hunted. Tarzan, ult in 2, 1.
There he goes. Deathmark down.
DP's down.
Dominance out. They've got the redemption as well. TP coming across. The Deathmark doesn't do enough damage to exhaust, but no, Breathe survives. Xiaohu TP's in, but so does Shanks. Gonna look for one of those big taunts. Killer Instinct forward. They do get Breathe, but can they get out? Because the flank is in. Crisp is coming after Kyle, and they stun up Hope. The Kai'Sa's locked up and shut down. Hero's entrance gonna get one member out, but there's no fight left in AL. They've been routed by their own flank.
They can pick up most of the waves. It's still okay. They can drop this Dragon, and Weibo is playing away from the Baron. So I think Flandre is going to get mid in. I mean, it's kind of a... We're going to see like how many waves get picked up and deleted here. I think Weibo are going to win out a little bit on this play, but honestly, in the end, it's going to be a bit of a nothing burger because it's objective bounties being traded at this point for AL. Oh, actually, bounties fell off. Wow, they're down. 8k gold, and bounties fell off. That's a rough life. That's rough.
Don't know how they make this fight work with just Tarzan. Just not enough damage without this Kai'Sa around. And, well, Weibo know it.
Oh, no.
TPing right on top of Shanks' head. Stuns land. See you later, Shanks. Pack your bags back towards the Death Realm.
Yeah, I don't know what the game plan was. Kind of a big nothing burger in the end.
The one thing is, with this stall, these levels, like you called out, Tien nearly has that level 3 supreme display of talent. He's starting to get really worried about where he can even walk in his own jungle. That's flash off of Tarzan. His breathe pops over the wall. Kyle next to step up into Tien. Ornhorn from Flandra. All disengaged here. They're just trying to distract Weibo.
Okay, interesting. I don't think Zed Flash is like Omega useful. He does need a lot of his tools and shadows in this one. They're gonna get Unbreakable Will. If they can disengage from that, I think that's a really nice takeaway from Weibo. Now we're at the point where Weibo can think about this one, because I think Kyle is in that point of support where you've tried to play this game for so long that you're out of wards and you're out of an ult and a lot of health now.
All right, this is a little weird. Tien's going for a camp here as they engage onto Flandra, but he has to flash out, and boy, is he just not tanky enough. Light cuts him down to size, and with a wave dancer in the mid lane, this should finally be the Purple Worm slain by Weibo.
Gonna be a long way to get in.
They've caught Tarzan. Death Mark. He's gonna try to use Livy Shout and dash around. He's got the Maw Shield, but Breathe slices him across with his Croc's blade. Hope, though, able to get the lethal tempo going. He is taken down, but how does Hope get into this fight? There's a no way in, only one way out, and it's the Death Realm and a gray screen. Ace over to Weibo, and they're not gonna even need the Baron.
They should get it.
Fine.
Yeah, it's fine. They got it. Yeah, Annie's here. There's the shield. All right.
19 of 21 KP. What we wanted, what we prescribed as the doctors to treat the Weibo ailments. Get Xiaohu on his comfortable enabling control mages and let the guy cook. He's giving you a gourmet meal if you're a Weibo fan in game 2. Now it's time to call for the check and get out of dodge into game 3 here. The first step, knocking the base open. First turret going to go down here. Tarzan not moving a muscle just yet. He's going to try and get some more waves in, claim some of these objective bounties, but this back may be coming in through too late here. Snap engage. Oh, cancel out the Warhorn there from Chris, but I don't know if that was a good choice here. He's going to die under the Nexus turrets. 1 for nothing. Turret for a kill. AL, they've been in this space before. 5 versus 4. Hope's going to go forward with Killer Instinct. Breathe is going to go for the dominance, gets the stun layered, and the supreme display of talent is exactly as the name marks it. Tien has been the supreme player on the map here for Weibo, and he's going to look to dust off this game himself with a massive triple kill. First blow goes to AL, but Weibo get back up and knock AL down to size. We are evened up 1 apiece in our series.
Big game across the board for the Weebs. This is the first game we've had in the series, Slayer, where I can definitively say anyone's legend has to play faster as a team, given the 2 drafts that we have.
This is such a monster Neferi. Good job in game 1, disrupting jungle clears, getting lane leads, and then pulling the trigger. But it's actually Weibo that are looking to speed up the tempo a bit. This is one of the earliest. It's going to be Tarzan to win it. So despite all the dramatic setups, it's going to be that 2-for-1 like you were talking about, Chovy. That's what Tarzan is trying to set himself up to do in this rubber match in AO's first playoff series.
Oh, I mean, I think that's a great shout, right? Because him coming into Weibo for summer was the game changer for this team last year. Is Chris was,
I was curious if we're going to get to one of those crisp oopsie plays, but he doesn't get bursted down too quickly. Like it's a huge chunk back over towards Hope. But the Poke Wars still kind of won here by AL. The problem is over the wall, Tien goes. Oh, that's a really good untargetable to use to get away from the Pop Blossom. That felt like a one-way trip that Tien barely escaped from.
I mean, it's a trade. I think you trade up in cooldowns by trading your ult as Neferi for and the Q nerfs really hurt the tank matchups, and that being even right there is big.
This Dragon is already claimed by Weibo.
Flandre is no TP yet.
Doesn't even get a steal angle, and Weibo's just going to walk on out with 2 Drakes, but Kyle,
I mean,
trying to cut off an escape angle. He has to be very careful. Kyle has been too hastily with his engages here. He's going to go for the Pop Blossom now. Crescent Guard pop. Kyle is getting hunted down by Tien, who's going to get an easy reset. First blood comes across with the Equalizer on the backside. Crisp is caught. Flandra finds that trade kill. Realm Warp into the backside of the fight. It's only going to be Xiaohu trying to zone out Hope. Shakes is just not strong enough on this Victor just yet, and Breathe is trying to contend with him on the front line of the gravity well. Provides subspace, and Shakes flashes right into a wall, but he's still up. Xiaohu's going to execute it. Breathe goes all out after Tarzan, who doesn't have enough damage. He's going to desperately dash back in, but there's no kills to be found. Hope on the backside can't even find a piercing arrow. Good flash from Xiaohu to get away from that one. And now Flandra can't overheat. He's getting set packing back to base. It's another huge skirmish win for Weibo to kick off a game.
This is massive from Weibo. It's a red. we'll say as this is being done, we'll see if AL goes for the attempt. They're so late on the play. It's going to be an attempted steal, but that's no hit. Man, I gotta say, this Cassante pick, this game, especially with the Rumble changes, AL, just given that they're down a K plus, and now they're fighting over a sole point for Weibo.
And they have to answer it. They're going to TP in. Look at Xiaohu. He's going to be able to walk back on this flank. Chris is going to flash away from the first engage from Tarzan. Xiaohu is out of this fight. Shanks is zoning him out. Chain Scrubs comes across. Pop blossom over the wall. Is going to tag Light. They layer the equalizer. Light gets over the wall, though. Still going to come across. No. Tien is able to secure soul point. Breeze is going to flash right on top of Hope, who's completely caught out. And Xiaohu is able to pick up that first kill. Tien waiting in the wings on the flank. 5v4 advantage for Weibo. They're going to drop the Herald here and slow things back down. No need to over-aggress. Look to knock down the turret, and maybe a fight will break out off of this one. Herald doesn't get the mid-tier one just yet, but the might of the Grubs will. Weibo taking everything and leaving no crumbs.
Edge and Knight, looks like, before he actually goes for the Miramana. Like, yeah, he's playing catch-up. It's Tarzan who has a bit of an eclectic build himself, as he has a giant spell at the Thunder.
Oh, equalizer. Is it going to be enough? Tien's got the burst, and he's got the pack. Ow! Tien gets himself another easy kill.
Otacon started for AL. Insta-TP from Xiaohu as he joins. It's at 5K.
Oh, this should just go over to AL, but it looks like the fight's going to come out. Breed just picks out and shuts down Kyle. Crescent Guard comes across, so Tarzan does get the Otacon, but he is going to pay the toll for it. Kills to Weibo, Otacon to AL. But look who's on the flank again. It's Tien. He smells blood in the water, and no turret can stop you from the might of Breathe. Flies under the tier 1. Hope's down. Shanks falls next. It's an ace, and Weibo are wiping the floor with your split 2 champions.
Where do you place your panic meters now if you're AL? Because Weibo, it's summer, it's playoffs, and it's time for Weibo to see if they can make the run to make it to Worlds. And Weibo are looking to answer the call like they have come to fruition as the coaching staff for Weibo starting to get excited now, too. Different staff behind them for this split. Different head coach. It was Danny at this time last year. But this staff going to try and help them overcome AL as we have a soul to fight for and a TP coming in. Tarzan might be in trouble.
Getting slowed up. Xiaohu is 2 scaling items deep, and he's feeling powerful. Flashing after Tarzan. Crescent Guard's out, but Breathe is going to go all out and pull him in.
Yeah.
But he does lose a lot of his resistances, and he does drop. So jungler for top laner here as the dragon does spawn. But Tien being up, Cloud Soul feels like a given. The only way AL can shut this one down is fighting it their way through.
They have poke. They do have poke. This is decent for AL. I think Breathe went way too early with the all-out. I don't even think he needed to pop the all-out to actually pick up the kill. Big mistake there.
Rise on the flank. Walking down. Hope. Shanks has to flash out. His HP bar is gone. Flounder's going to TP back in. Xiaohu, though, look at how well he's just spacing. AL can't get close enough to him to really threaten that really juicy health bar. The Cloud Drake down below 5K. Realm Warp in. Xiaohu's going to try to get back towards his team, or maybe just force them away from the Dragon. There's the Pop Blossom onto Tien. Can they lock him down? No, he goes to Target Ball and takes the Cloud Soul. Tien gets it, and he's looking for the killer bite down last. Hope falls. It's another ace. Weibo are dominating the Split 2 champions, looking to go to match point.
A triple for the Summer Tiger, too, as Xiaohu has been huge in this game on the rise, playing the facilitators. We'll see if we can find a 4th one to play in the series. But Weibo continue to run away with this game. The poke for AL, just not enough damage behind it. As we saw, the Varus did ring true from Tien. No spellbook support shenanigans in this game to get away from that smite hitting. As Tien, he didn't find the smite secures in the last game. Didn't matter this time. The smite secures were imperative for Weibo to keep pushing this game forward. As Tien's big, he's up a level and starting to push this Xin Zhao around as he is at that 2-item mark in the Fury. And Breathe is immobile.
I mean, he's just so tanky. It's all this magic damage that Breathe can just tank. Oh my god, but there's the AD damage.
There's the Varus.
What a big arrow. Breathe is down, and Weibo have to be walking a bit more on eggshells, but Xiaohu gets so much value in the mid lane. Drops to tier 2. They've got the Cloud Soul to provide more space. AL, they're going to start getting desperate, and I smell a Baron take that Weibo cannot let go unanswered.
I mean, Flandre doesn't have TP, is already disconnected, so I think this is already a tough scenario for AL. Weibo's goal is to push them off the top side here. They can return to play the map. They're dropping big middle waves, but Engage comes in.
They're going after Xiaohu. They get some snares down. Kyle gets on out. Flandra, does he have enough damage with the Flame Spinner? Yes, he does. Shut down. Flandra finds the answer. It gets AL off the Baron, but more valuable gold back to anyone's Legends.
Still not, I mean, it's something to connect in the next fight if anyone's Legend wants to have a chance.
Weibo's turn to dance with the purple worm, and they've got more than enough damage to cut this thing in half. AL, you can see how dark it is. They barely know what the HBR is. Finally, Tarzan gets a look. Do we have a steal coming across here? Yes, Tarzan does it! Baron easily secured. Pi, the best jungler the LPL has to offer, but can he get the rest of his team out? Because Breathe wants to make it a problem. Weibo angry that they lost that Baron, and they know they are much stronger to deal with. Tarzan finds one trade back on to Xiaohu, but Breathe is just running wild, running free. Trying to pick up more of these kills and set up Tian to find these trades. Look at the Karma Shield as Tian gets himself another kill. Going after Flandra next. Goes unstoppable over the Flame Spitter. Tian cannot be denied with the power of Chris Shields behind him. Baron comes at a deathly toll because now Weibo might just march down mid lane. Weibo are looking to get to match point on anyone's Legends in the upper bracket.
That was a perfect team fight from Breathe. He found the engage on both carries and took the all out from onto Hope to connect onto Shanks. Now both carries.
Talked about Weibo's top side being their most consistent players, and now they are taking over and looking to shock the LPL. Tien and Breathe putting together back-to-back MVP performances, especially if Weibo can close out a game 3. They have all of the control AL to lean on.
It's only Flandre. It just has to be a massive fight from the Rumble, who is 16, does have the items, and Xiao knows it.
Kyle, Pop Blossom, gonna only grab Breathe again. That's not who you want. It's Xiaohu, though, who needs to round more bounty. We'll get to safety, and Tien has executed one. Tien has found a second. The dogs are howling, and they want Weibo out in front in our series. Give Tien the triple kill as he continues to cement himself as the summer carry jungler to watch after. Crisp shields are too big for Tarzan to brunt, and AL are gonna get clean aced. AL are gonna see their crown start to rust in split 3 as they are one game away from an early trip to the lower bracket.
Weibo Gaming, I mean, this team was really struggling to beat teams above them in the standings in this regular season. They're up on 2-1 on AL now, have a chance to win this one as Slayer. And then AL gonna need Shanks on this Cassidy that did see buffs on this patch to really get scaling and get into the later stages of the game. It's all about having two winning. As Weibo actually gonna look to get involved. I mean, this is still slow. I think this is greedy from AL.
Okay.
They could port out. Oh, that
jungle ultimates. Oh my god, big bullet time. Xiao has to flash out of that. He drops the soul shackles as well. Tarzan can get stunned up over the wall, but Tien, look, he can't get in because Shanks is dropping so much damage into him. The dragon's not low enough for him to smite it over. First blood goes over to Hope, and Shanks has ultimate. He's gonna jump on top of Light. Kills going over to AL first, but who's going to end up getting the dragon? Tien gets towards level 6. Good flash from Shanks to get out of the Cataclysm. The dragon is still untouched, and it's doing so much damage. The flag, the shield, it's enough for Tien. Shanks, it takes too long to get the kill, and with the assist from the Hextech Drake, no, Shanks doesn't fall. And through all of that, the first break of the game is going to reset.
I wonder how much damage.
AL, drop that ult for the damage, then go right into the stasis and
good for Zeri because as long as you're in range of Zeri and she can interact with you, it's very good for Zeri. Those items now give different stats. You need a few items to
crisp.
have.
Okay, gets the crash down this time, but that was ugly. He is down before Weibo can come to swing across. There's no binding to land from Xiaohu, and Hope will take that kill. Ooh, good flash from Tien, gets away from that tempered fate, but
Weibo going towards his Seraphs, and this Cassidy has not been set behind at all. Now, top lane has also not been interacted with yet. Breathe, popping the ult.
There's no help coming for Breathe. Redemption coming across as well, just to do damage here. Breathe knockdown. Good look there from Tarzan.
Oh, and Trundle and Aurora. Aurora was banned, Trundle was taken, and then they handshake the Bard and the Rel. I think that ended up with a very good scenario.
Why are we here? We have to give this. There's no reason. Xiaohu's now caught. He has to burn soul shackles. He's got his flash. I think he's got to use these. Maybe trying to bait for Breathe. As Tien does have to wrap around. Hope gets caught. He does have to cleanse. Tarzan's very low. Tempered Fate and Bullet Time are completely disjointed. Oh, that was a huge mistake there. Again, the connection we know AL for so well between these 5 players, it's just not here today.
I saw Slayer wake up in my picture-in-picture when those 2 ults were sunk up together. Oh, you got woken up by that one. That was a little bit of an oopsie there. As Crisp now with
Crisp,
another oopsie himself.
All right, he gets
God,
flash at least. Oh wow, we're getting down and dirty this late into the series. Oh, pillar. All right, Tien, you gotta thank those blast cones, my friend. Still gotta get out though. All right, good. Okay, we need to clean this game up. Oh, we're not anytime soon. The fight. Oh, Shanks, what is that flash? What is happening to my teams? Oh.
Well, that's the kind of sequence that you only enjoy if you're a fan of the LCK and you're hoping for international events. That was tough.
Yeah, the hit watchers are loving this game right now.
Yeah, no beating around the bush there. That was a series of misfortunate events from everyone across the rip. That said, we're going to go back to some sanity, get back to some objectives. Rift-tailed security easily here for AL after the chaos of that last one, Weibo.
All right, Hope is set up for a flank. His World Ender isn't up just yet. You really want to keep these minions topped off, so he knocked down his mid-tier 1. Temper Fate onto 3, though, from Kyle. Breathe is going to try and activate his flank now as the minion wave does get thinned out. Another double stun here from Kyle. He's setting up his team really well. And Flandra, I mean, he's just completely routed Breathe there. Can he dash over the wall in time, get the heal? No, Shakes gets the kill with the Rift Walk. And he's looking to dog walk down the rest of Weibo. Rift Herald in the backside. Bullet time over the top. That's a great pillar from Tarzan to make sure there's just enough juice in that Misfortune ultimate.
I think this Kassadin's going to hit level 16, and I think AL is going to see a game 5 as this is a 3K gold lead. 2 Heralds crashes to boot. And this Morgana pick is not working out as, man, it really is Tarzan on the Trundle, but such a big pick for him in AL all year. Tarzan and Kyle, their ability to dictate the map this game. This has been the first game I think we've really seen that jungle support duo take over.
What is happening? Do we know what our health bar is? Oh, the dunk down too. It's not enough. Oh, we did this for a Breathe flank. Okay, and Breathe just says, "See you guys." Never mind. I was kidding. Haha. Strut on the Rift. Then the 2 just such well-placed games they had. Well-executed games. Oh, boy. Yep. Turn the turret off. Tempered Fate. Easy peasy. Soul Shackles. Means squat. Good flash over
Shakes
the pillar.
Shakes is up 2 levels.
Exhaust and Shakes. Oh, boy. The Rift Walk is so low on cooldown. And he's got Xiaohu done and dusted once more.
14 out of 16. Scary face, timer, pointer, Monka S, Monka W, all that for the Kassadin timer. As Shanks is looking like he's hitting that. Bot outer turret cleaned up. Otacon being started. Weibo being forced out. And our hope for a closer game 3. We've had 4 one-sided games so far this series, Slayer. And the only difference that we can really point to in the back half of this is that Weibo did win one on red side. Is they're going to continue to chase AL.
Yep. Shanks just zoning them out with the threat of this Kassadin. And that will be the Drake secured. It'll be Shanks to do it. Weibo once again posturing to get a little goofy with one of these fights. Maybe trying to pick people off around this blast cone, but no dark binding.
Goofy.
Finds its mark. Yeah, I mean, they gotta get real crafty and sneaky with some of these plays, but ooh, that's a good scramble.
I'll be honest, I don't know how you can muck up this game if you're AL. Like, I think Kassadin late game is one of the safest champions to play with and play around.
Oh, mid crash
also
down.
Your support can do that.
And there's the bullet. Oh, Kyle, that was disgusting. We were worried about how you set up this MF ultimate, and Kyle said, hold on, watch this.
Yeah, those ults aren't overlapped simultaneously this time. They're overlapped.
They figured it out.
Perfectly. Yeah, they figured that one out. Open Kyle, piloting a couple champs to use to great success in split 2. And Shanks taking advantage of Fearless. They're getting the best of Weibo in this game 4.
We talked about the worry we had once the series went one apiece. That
we'll see if that lasts throughout one Riftwalk duration. As if he has the mana charged up behind that, those 640 Riftwalks do hit quite hard. But Chemtech Dragon secured, and Slayer, I think that we're just getting ready to time travel ourselves to whatever's next in this game 5.
Is this you calling this a game 5 waiting room? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, we've been here for a while.
Well, as we watch, you know, AL kind of just succinctly go through the motions and try not to make any mistakes. How much? Okay, hold on. Tarzan's gonna just run down Weibo right here.
It doesn't
Yep,
matter.
here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Yuzeri's caught in an ultimate. That's pretty bad.
do?
Bullet time does actually get canceled though. Lightning crash out from Light. It just doesn't matter. Wallet diff for AL.
Yep.
Hope is zoning Xiaohu, and they'll take their 1 kill on to Crisp and say, hello, Baron. Hello, Purple Banner. Well, sneaky as ever on the Bard. Do we have another big-time steal in this game? Kyle says, not so fast. World Ender, though, doing a good amount of damage. Oh, my God. Xiaohu got deleted. Oh, boy. Shanks is walking down Weibo. One Rift Walk at a time. No sweet spots for Breathe. The healing's nice, but it's not good enough to end the run from anyone's legend. Boy, has it been a roller coaster of a series. Expectations to the wayside. But in your forefront, a do or die Game 5 for the upper bracket lives of Weibo Gaming and anyone's legends coming to your airwaves next.
You can see Tien sharing a couple chuckles in his camera there. They knew this game was done for a while, but AL, Shanks gets the Kassadin. They take care of business in this one. And Weibo, you know, we said that the champ pools for AL a bit bigger. The cooking that Weibo did in this game were not enough. Those big champ pools from AL. And
left Xiaohu in game 1. It's hard to remember that far back. This is what Fearless breathes into the game of League of Legends. What a fun draft. Tien assignments. It does look like both Shanks and Tarzan are going to shift down towards this side. And Xiaohu does not have flash. He's going to get caught by a chain. Gold card out, but there's Shanks dropping his ultimate so you can once again lock down Xiaohu. And the Spring Tiger has been declawed. First blood on a silver platter to anyone's legend.
So they'd remove a Tiger, get a Dragon, and now they're going to have to look at the Grubs spawning in 15 seconds. We'll see if we have Xiaohu cast that ultimate to join any sort of fight up towards the AL. I think a team that really has to hit their early to mid-game spikes hard. They have to use the Lucian Nami. The power they're going to have, they have to use the early power.
Legendary items of pass they used to bring towards this Ezreal.
No, definitely a decent shout. Do have to focus on this Dragon, though. Weibo going to try and get in here.
Shanks zoning well. There's Destiny. Spot all 5 members. Xiaohu's going to force Tarzan out once again. Weibo have control of the pit now and will turn their attention back towards the Dragon. Crisp, it's about 40% HP. Flandre going to try to use that passive to walk their way in, but there's the Dragon already secured by Tien. AL, there's nothing really left to fight over, and Flandre's going to have to burn his flash forward, gold card. They're going to try and chain link the stuns with the Braum passive. The autos are going to try and come down. No Void Rush, but the Tidal Wave hits on a multiple members. There's the snap re-engage from Tarzan. Cease and desist down. Tien's trying to fly to the back line as well, but doesn't have enough damage to find any of these kills, and Light can't get in position. There's no damage dealers left to capitalize on multiple blinking health bars. AL get away with robbery there. This series has looked for anyone's legends. They are a team that can take a lead early and never look back. The Grub power, though, still here for Weibo as they're trying to knock down this first brick and even up the feats of strength conversations. No collapse really in a minute. That's another tidal wave, though, out of Kyle. Trying to set up the bubble, doesn't land. They're just trying to protect the turret right now, make sure it can't fall in. With Tarzan here, they should be able to. Tarzan, though, bit of an awkward Vault Breaker. He's going to eat the Glacial Fissure now, and he has to flash again as the Vault Breaker cancel comes across.
Another chain comes in. Shanks has been on point so far with the tethers. As a heal popped, Weibo get out. They don't get the turret. As the race for first brick is a wee bit on. The 3 Grubs really poised.
For Weibo.
And he has opted, he's showing the Witchbane second early on. Because he did say TF, a couple different build paths. You know, you got the Zanyas. Yeah. Oh, wait. Alt cast.
Destiny. All right, just to try and cover this turret, but
first brick
this thing is gone. First brick nonetheless.
Yeah.
All right, another small edge to anyone's legends.
All right, well played by AL. As they drop the Rift Herald, and you have Shanks behind that too. That person's going to end up dead at this point of the game. The concern is that they aren't far ahead enough. That could help, though. Tien
Tarzan,
he's dead.
Let's just drop the hammer on Tien.
Beautiful.
Too easy.
The straight out for a turret, but that was very, very well done as the cease and assist. Another play where Tarzan and Kyle both very much on the same page here, Slayer.
And now gets to go over to AL. Weibo really have no business contesting this, you would think. But that is Breathe TPing in. They're not playing for the Dragon.
They gotta give.
They're looking like they're going to try and play for the fight after. I guess they're just looking to trade TPs as Flandre sends himself into the fray. But just a bit of a game of, just this classic game of chicken. around
It's
this
okay,
fight.
though, from Weibo. Like, if they keep on pushing him down, they're going to play with their tempo. So they could, you know, force him back and get out of the fight, reset your health bars, and there isn't, like, a ton of burst damage on Weibo. So I think it can actually kind of help AL. I know they already have Nami, but...
In much better spot than the gold really tells.
You can see Breathe. He doesn't have a turret. He's really respecting the angle that Vi LeBlanc could form on him. Shanks took a pretty big chunk, though. Light still has his ult available. He needs to get topped off. It has been started. Destiny pops.
He's going to Destiny right next to Tien, so they're looking to try and collapse on AL as the Otacon doing so much value, getting rid of those resists. If Flandra goes forward, but they're going to snap engage onto Xiaohu. Good flash to get away from
Chris
Shanks, though.
blocked it.
Can he find the burst angle? He's going to distort back out as we watch the Otacon reset. Redemption comes down. Weibo like their health bars a bit more here, and they have control of the brush that AL can't step towards. Shanks going to try and scout out with a nice little distort. Sees that Weibo aren't going for the Otacon just yet. Neither team wants to start that dance again.
Xiao can port back. I really like Chris. He threw himself in there to stop the tidal wave. He got the shield off to block the tidal wave. Look out for that interaction throughout the game, because that's the highest value spell that Chris can block.
It's so hard for AL to approach this fight now. They don't have that same sort of fire starter. There's no cease and desist. There's no tidal wave. There's no culling. They're trying to fight this out without key ultimate, so they're just going to jump on top of Chris and get a ton of damage down. Breathe is holding on to that public execution as they're going to TP Xiaohu in. Still far enough away from Tarzan to find that snap engage, but Weibo not able to punish AL, going so brashly for that pick play without ultimates.
All they have to do is stall until they get their ults back up, and AL's at the point where they might be able to play some more waves. Now, they did drop a lot in the top side as a Xiaohu.
It's the spot side, but can't forget about the mid lane priority that Weibo has control of. They're trying to set up a line across this brush.
Flandra is getting a lot of info here. They should see all 5 circles, and Chris was going to spot the Rek'Sai Breathe.
Exactly what you want to do. You want to let Shanks weave in and out, dipping, dodging around these combos to get poked down. Yeah, Breathe has the TP back here. We'll see if they end up giving it, but the snap engage from Tarzan comes across onto Xiaohu again. Public execution missed there for Breathe, so he can't get into this fight. Chris was going to go down first, and there's the Void Rush out of Flandra. Tarzan the next to fall. Flandra's trying to delay time, but there's just not enough there. AL are kicked out of the fight, and there's the big-time kick coming across from Tien, but he drops the Shakes. Kael sectioned off by Weibo. They're going to look to knock down the Nami. Trade 2 apiece. No, 3-2 for Weibo. They somehow find a way to make that fight work.
That numbers advantage is going to be enough for them to use Fog and threaten to one-shot just as he's doing now, because after that Dragon, Weibo for sure had to reset. That's a big chunk on the Shanks. Well played by Light to connect there through the W. As he blinked back, and Weibo's going to get back on even keel terms.
And we do it all again. Everybody heralding around this Otacon.
I mean, Shanks is kind of low.
The big golden ticket.
He's going to TP back. This isn't for an item, though. It's just for conditions. So this is a good takeaway here from Weibo if they can get Shanks to burn the TP, which he does burn mid. Oh, we got Magi's. Okay. That's a big one.
That's a big call. He's got his fully stacked Dark Seal. Maybe looks to try and take this tier 1 turret. Yeah, he's going to double back here. I think he's safe enough that he can. That last auto should do it. All right, mid-tier 1 knockdown. Good little edge to down. He can really dip around and use the power of the bodyguard Crisp to do what he wants, but just on toe, Chris gets caught by a stray bubble. And that is a whoopsie that we've seen rear its ugly head towards the end of this series for the Weibo support once again.
I mean, just couldn't get the shield up in time. You didn't react flash either, so the bubble connects, and that bubble deadly as Kael gets a big win for his team. They've started the Otacon. There still is a sneaky ward drop by Weibo on the bot side. They will see AL pull this objective up towards the top side, as now they get vision of everyone.
Destiny down. We've seen steals from Tarzan. Does Tien have one in him? Xiao's going to TP into the Drake pit. Sets up the public execution. Trying to put Breathe on a pedestal to do a ton of damage. He's going to get Shakes and get out. Breathe is safe, but Xiaohu should be able to cost his life. It's Light over the wall, though, trying to find the trade. Steps around a good bubble. What a kick from Tien to get Hope out of the fight as well. Light once again untouched. It's the Void Rush forwards for Flandra, but he's a tanky Rek'Sai. Does he have enough damage to really deal with this Ezreal? Because Light is gliding around him. The knockup lands from the Unburrow, and he does get the job done. And now Hope can start seeing the damage. It's Tien that has to flash over the wall to get out as Chris joins the fight way too late, and we even out at 3 apiece.
A couple of crazy moments from our Light. He tried to dive in to clean him up there with TN. And really necessary for AL that Hope stepped up like that. Because if he goes down, that could have been Otacon and a lot of control over to Weibo.
But still, nobody has a foothold on this game.
I gotta say, though,
as it can come.
RFC for Xiaohu's big. Because you can actually fish now with the gold cards. As the culling used to back them off, and Flandre would have eaten a gold card, but it wasn't available. Xiaohu has the ult. Otacon's being used.
Otacon's being used. Destiny's going to show it.
Yeah.
They are going to back off, or maybe not. Tarzan still wants to pour damage into this. Xiaohu barely treachered anyway with that Destiny. He's just trying to set up the flank here. Now AL has no way out. They have to commit towards this Otacon.
Watch
that
breathe.
Could decide the series. Shank's trying to weave his way in, look for poke angles, but he doesn't find it just yet. Xiaohu hanging on to that yellow card, daring anybody to get stunned up. Otacon about 3.3k. Flandre can get the first knockup. Tarzan goes into the backline. They're going all after TN. Glacial Fisher gets a bunch of huge knockups, but Hope gets the first kill. Light gets out. True Shot Barrage back forward. Tries to dash forward after Hope. Another yellow card lands, but in comes Flandre. Kick lays it down, but it's Hope that's able to fire down the light beams onto AL. And Light has no way back in. TN with a free fall falls to Hope, who finds the triple kill. Finally, our marksmen leave a stamp on this series, and it's Hope to the rescue for anyone's.
Crazy that they all started the fight on the breathe. I mean, they one-shot in Ambessa Slayer. That's a ballistic call from AL, but they were able to do it with the LeBlanc and the Demo.
Take this Baron down, but they've actually set up a death brush.
They're standing still.
Flandra's Rek'Sai passive.
That's big.
Should usually cut this down, but Kael gets picked first. The Nami goes down. Fight breaks out. GA's going to come across here for TN on the front side of the fight as he flies in with the Ambessa and breathes hunting. Huge shutdown to Flandra. Wait, we're looking for the turn. They've got Holmes, and the kick comes through for TN. Just like that, Weibo obliterate the game state from AL as they look to crown themselves the series champion. Baron should be theirs, or just the game. It's 34 minutes. They're barreling down the mid lane.
That's a clean ace. Kael's gonna be up, but that's it. Is Weibo. They stand still, so the Rek'Sai passive can't connect. Hope wasted his cleanse, so the Winter's Bite passive and gold card could connect, and that might be it, Slayer.
Weibo have been scrutinized all year long for their low performances. We've asked, can they do it again? Can Xiaohu bring this team to the regional qualifiers? Well, they just started it by upsetting.
That being an option later on, not anymore, as NIP have created a very interesting composition for themselves.
Grapes, I'm in love with this draft from NIP. I think this is so scary.
And very early on, we've got a level 1 onto Kanavi, stepping too far forward and getting welcomed by the anchor of Niket. For a 3-camp gank.
Oh, I love this. If he's able to pull this off, that's huge.
Yeah, Leave immediately pops the cleanse, going very aggressive on a JackeyLove, who does not have his barrier yet. The EQ flash follow from Nayo will seal JackeyLove's fate. He goes down, and it's 2-0 quick for NIP. Likely gonna get spotted unless he weaves the vision through perfectly. Okay, gets spotted by that trinket there, which means that both Doinby knows something is coming, and maybe NIP can make something happen on the top side of the map. Tibber is being utilized very nicely by Cream, and that means that Doinby will go down before even unlocking level 6. Top eSports, fine top side to catch that wave that is getting shoved in by JackeyLove and Hong. Cost, of course, is that Leave, and Niket gets to now rotate towards the mid lane. So we're playing, I don't even know, musical chairs with our lane assignments here in this game. Number 1 came in. It's really everyone feeling pretty comfortable and able to rotate around the map to make sure that their carries are put in the best positions possible.
I mean, this is what happens when you get a you get a hook onto the mid lane here.
Oh, and the Tibbers misses. That's a big cooldown.
Top eSports. We still have a minute until that Ocean Dragon spawns. That will be pretty important. All cooldowns will be available. Cream's ult will be up for that. But it's Leave who's going in.
Yeah, knows that Cream doesn't have the ultimate. Oh, yeah, Kathy and Rain nearly taking down the mid laner of TS, but it's going to come at the cost of Leave's life. Kanavi swooping in to make it 2-2.
Yeah, it's a really big miscalculation coming in for Leave. Really wants to try and punish Cream, overextending, but the flash being burned, he has just enough health to survive Kanavi.
Supreme Display talent is still available, but Nayo just cancels it.
Start stacking these dragons. Is Kanavi even going to get here in time? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's gone.
Picked up. That's 2-0 in the Dragon department, and Top eSports not in time to try and appreciate the effort at the very least, but it's not going to find any gold here. As now JackeyLove going to be in some trouble. Gets hit by the Roar of the Slayer as well as the EQ combo, but there's just not enough damage as JackeyLove able to transcend. and make sure that Nio is taken out. And now here comes a teleport in. It's going to be Niket with the spellbook joining the party. As 4 members of TES head down to the bottom lane to try to go for a dive. Pop Blossom only going to land on Niket. And I think at this point, Cream going forward with the Tibbers will be able to take the Nautilus down. They can just wait for these tower to re-aggro onto the minions before going in once again. This time, the supreme display of talent will land on Nio. And already it's a 2-0 in favor of Top Esports on the bottom side. Leave made his way down there to try and prevent another redive, but I think it's going to happen again. As they wait for the minions to escort in, only Doinby is alive, does not have his ultimate here, and will go down again to Kanavi. A beautifully executed play on the bottom side of the map for TES.
It's absolutely clinical the way that Top for themselves, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Like more specifically, about a 3K gold lead individually on the mid-jungle duo. We're seeing it.
It looks like another lockdown has come down onto Nio, not able to drag away from his flag, as Cream will get his first kill of the game and set TES up nicely around the Rift Herald.
Another huge catch. Again, it's just taking advantage of resources. Jackie Love
flashes away from the depth charge, but Doinby's going to go in anyway. Killer Instinct to follow the unstoppable onslaught. And a nice return kill here for NIP. It's going to come, though, with Kanavi and 369 diving this front line of Ninjas in Pajamas. Solo kill taken down very low, and Cream will take down Leave on the backside as well. The Rumble is still alive, but now Cream going to be in some trouble, but he will not go down just yet until Doinby flashes after him. But the Annie is still going to survive. Dodges away, and Cream will live. Kanavi takes down Niket on the backside, and it should be an extended 4 kills in for Top Esports, and Doinby could still be on the menu. Nio has come back from the death chamber though, and now the top side of the map for NIP looking to make something back happen here. A teleport has come back in as Cream regenerated back to full HP and looking to rejoin the Herald. Able to use the dragon advantage that they have right now, at least stall the game out a little bit further, but TS able to continuously add to their lead. Herald popped in the mid lane, taking down that tier 1, and they use that pressure to secure this dragon, unless NIP have something to say about it. It's a teleport coming in from Doinby, but it's in a very deep position as 3 members of TS have already gone onto him and forced him backwards. He still has the ultimate, and the dragon positioning is actually now controlled by NIP. Dredge line misses from Niket, and now the battle lines have been drawn. Call the Forge God has come out. 369 looking here for Leave, but does not find. He flashes away from the Pop Blossom as well, and Solo Kill's the only one to take the brunt of the damage. On the backside though, Nio's in significant danger as Kanavi flashes after him and takes his opposing jungler down. Doinby looking to cut off Jackie Love, but the Yunara has been transcended, has been unlocked, and should be able to slowly take down this Scion unless he's able to run away. Overall, it's a 2-for-1 in favor of TS, and they should go right back to the Dragon to claim the first one for them.
Huge fight there for Top Esports. When you're looking at ways for NIP to get back into this game, Dragon was the only one. The Soul is really what do have a Kai'Sa that could potentially take over a fight. One good Rumble equalizer can really make things difficult for the side of TES, but it's basically got to be perfect. And now with Otacon taken down very low, it doesn't even look like it's going to be contested. It looks like almost everybody's zoned off. It's just for free. You know, Top Esports take a lead that was already massive and grow it to even further proportions.
And smart for them to make sure that they do not just throw the game at this point, although now Top Esports invading the jungle are going to look for a play, but instead it's Nio who's able to lock down the backline, but nobody will go down on TS's side. Doinby in far too late. He'll be able to take down Kanavi, but Jackie Love is still untouched on the backside of the fight, dashes forward and takes Doinby down. It's another team fight win for Top Esports.
Yeah, no, definitely a little fun side plot there, but Jackie Love getting the best of it, at least right now, as they push into the mid lane for this tier 2.
Again, they feel confident enough to go for anything at this point. We have not seen too much of that team fighting combo here for NIP. This could be a good time to use it as the equalizer separating a lot of members, and in goes Nio. Hong, though, still gonna live until he finally gets taken down by Doinby, who takes Scream down as well. But Jackie Love is still alive, and Kanavi displays his talent supremely on the entirety of NIP. Only Niket's left alive, as NIP thought they had a pick, but it's gonna come at the cost of
now for Kanavi, really putting it out of reach for NIP, delaying that even potential soul for basically a non-existent amount of time. And the fact that Jackie Love survives this is truly exceptional. Really just a bit of a wallet dip there as he takes him down, and there goes Nio again.
I think Leave got stunned on his way.
They have learned that they no longer have access to their own jungle, that this is Top Esports' land to roam, and they are roaming it. They are certainly stepping up. They don't want the Baron, they want some kills.
for a pick onto Doinby. He's a tanky Scion. Will he be tanky enough? Finding a knock-up now on to Kanavi. They should be able to take the Kiana down, but a 3-man Pop Blossom comes through from Hong and allows himself to give his AD carry a double kill. Solo kill goes golden, forced to flash away. Already 4 members down for Ninjas in Pajamas as Top Esports win yet another fight.
It again looks like it's Top Esports coming out on top. They're going to get the Baron as a reward, and now I think the end of this game is becoming a bit of a formality. It's a 10k gold lead for TES at 25 minutes, and they've looked just about as good as you could.
Rush here with Doinby and Nayo, but there's not many people they can kill with just the 2 of them at this point in the game. As we see continuous stacking of items. Now Leave gonna get 1 shot here by Kanavi. That wasn't even close. As Leave will go down, and that should mean the game is now over. Pop Blossom lands onto 2. Nayo in some trouble, but it'll come at the cost of Hong. Jackie Love now free firing under the tier 3 turn while the tier 2 is still up. But Top Esports do not care. They have a wave in, and they have an easy opportunity to send themselves straight down the mid lane and end this game number 1 right here.
Top Esports send a message in game number 1. They should not be taken lightly in series like this. They're the number 1 seed for a reason, and they're going to be moving on to game number 2 as emphatic winners. And a 1-0 start is exactly what the doctor ordered for this team. So now we're looking at another game where blue side probably has the tempo in the mid game, where you want to make sure that you're looking to take advantage of those skirmishes around grubs, especially because this Silas Rise really needs to see if you can kind of claw his way back from the small CS deficit he's in right now.
Hong doesn't know that that Tri-Brush is warded. It's going to be met by Leave and Niket. However, could have been a bait in its own right as Kanavi comes in with a win, becomes lightning, and picks up first blood for Top Esports. Leave has going to force Jackie Love off the wave. Should be enough to at least get some plating here for NIP, but they're going to have to move quickly because now here comes Cream and Kanavi. Cream dashes forward. Already doing a little bit of damage, but he gets rooted up by the Rune Prison. Niket knocking him up as well. Cream forced to flash away, but Doinby will follow and pick up a kill in response for NIP. Niket going to take the brunt of the damage by Kanavi and Hong as this Xin Zhao Braum combo doing a lot, but not enough to take down Nayo just yet as he's now in a 1v3. Kanavi will drop, and it's Fates of Warfare picked up.
Is massive. It's a huge win for NIP, and once again, the team that gets first blood ends up throwing it away in an exchange.
A much better spot here for NIP. As I pause my thoughts here, is 369 is going all out on a solo kill. He has the Maiden on his side. He's able to dodge away from the Antofo strikes. He dodges away from another one. He flashes away and will slam him down with the shovel.
Rise, who can create all this action basically anywhere. You need to be hyper vigilant with your wards and with your setup, but right now it's solo kill who needs to worry.
Yeah, he did well in the 1v1, maybe not so much in the 3v1. The bouncing blades going forward. Kanavi looking for one more auto. He heals up nicely with a Q, but it's not enough as this time solo kill will go down. However, here comes the potential collapse here for NIP. Niket looking, posturing for a headbutt pulse combo, and Nayo has the ultimate from Aurora stolen away. Going between worlds to lock down Kanavi. The Crescent Guard gonna buy some space, but it should result in Doinby picking up the kill. Overall a 1-for-1 as NIP now have control.
This is grubs for Rise and for Yorick and for Silas, a comp that's perfectly suited to be able to play these.
That actually just is enough to get Kanavi and Hong away. They leashed it, now they are pulling the leash away. Now looking for a fight potentially in the mid lane. When it becomes lightning, does not connect, neither does the Winter's Bite. Stalling enough time for Jackie Love to get in position as well. Kanavi can dash forward, finds that Crescent Guard on to Leave, knocks him up with a 3-talent strike. Full collapse onto the NIP bottom laner, will take him down as the Varus was left out of position. And Niket does not have his ultimate yet, which means he dies in the mid lane as well. 2 big kills for TES. Will regain
on your main carry, and now you are trying to fight a 4v2 against us, and we win that every day of the week. Not only is it first
Kanavi again, one of the most important players for Top Esports' success. As now Nayo's going to try to get one back here on a 369, but he goes all out and will heal up enough and nicely cancels the knockup from Niket as well. It's going to cost nobody their lives as actually Nayo able to juggle the tower aggro very well. Finally getting his hand and an opportunity to counter jungle.
I'll be honest, Grapes, anytime I see a Silas with a low health bar, I just assume that he's not killable. That's just generally how that champ goes. But Cream
Run! Okay. He's okay.
He almost
Now-
got destroyed by the goons, and now Leave is the one under threat.
You can't be walking up on that mid wave. Just wait for it to crash down. Kanavi jumps in for kill number 5.
They do get quite a bit out of it as well. I believe Hong used ultimate there as well on the Braum, so you're happy to be able to use
stolen.
that.
That was hijacked.
Oh, the stolen,
stole
yeah, the
the 5.
hijacked one. So definitely feels a little bit better in that particular instance. Of course, it couldn't be Braum. He's level 5.
Yep.
So definitely
Level
not
5
going to
at
be
14
his.
minutes. Not great.
It's not great. Cream still under threat, though. Under tower.
Okay, nice usage. You can't back. Okay, whatever.
Cream playing with fire on the rise. He's up 20 CS. You know, we talked about it. This champion was banned a ton against NIP for a reason. He's really proving it right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Top Esports decided to keep themselves in the
Drake spawning at 16 minutes into the game. This is going to be a pretty difficult win condition to get. So we see this mid tower now sieged under. Jackie Love could be in a bit of danger, but it's going to be the teleport expended from Cassante.
Gets caught out here by Kanavi, stunned by the concussive blows. He has the Crescent Guard to push away Kanavi, but here comes the rest of the fight as Top Esports will collapse upon the Alistar. He flashed away, but 369 is right there. Goes all out, takes down the cow, making it 1-0 for Top Esports so far. And 369 is not done just yet. Looking for the Intofo strikes, does not find the knockup on Nanayo, and that will be all. But it's a big kill going in response for TS.
It's a nice pick. It's an overreach coming in from NIP, and it's really well capped.
As NIP will make their attempt on this Mountain Drake, should be able to do so, with Kanavi opting instead to head back to base.
If there was ever a time where it was definitely given over, it's now, but here we go, Cream.
Oh, Niket misses the combo. Might cost them a kill onto Cream. Doinby and solo kill Stu doing a lot of damage, though. Not able to find a knockup or a root just yet. Cream will be able to survive, although it might come at the cost of Hong. He flashed away here from the cage, but NIP are a death ball, going straight into the jungle of Top Esports.
So combo a bit there. They're still in a spot where they are easily able to pick up a free kill on the bot side, and this is what happens when
the leave was put behind very far in terms of maybe some of his own mistakes, but also just Top Esports punishing him.
Leave.
As I say that, there he goes again, death number 4. So that is where Top Esports have been able to try to mend that gap a little bit.
In these fights, or if you can stop him from really machine gun breaking through your backline, you could still win fights if you're Top Esports. You're in a perfect position to capitalize.
Teleport comes in from solo kill. Looks like they want to make this a 5v5 as 369 has been caught out just a little bit as Nayo finds another stun, finds a root. There's the chain of corruption, and Doinby lands the final blow. Now in a 4v5 situation, Top Esports going to have a lot more trouble around the Otacon as NIP take control of it.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage now. It's already going so low.
Redemption forward. Niket goes in, but he gets taken down before the pulverized lands. Who's going to get the Otacon? It's secured by Nayo, but now the fight can begin in earnest. The Crescent Guard from Kanavi buying so much damage for his team. And it means that Top Esports will run away with a fight. It's a double kill for Cream, and they're looking for more. Wind Becomes Lightning does not land on to leave, and that should mean they are able to escape. But what a win for TS despite the Otacon going NIP's way.
A huge fight for Top Esports, and it's played nearly perfectly. Once again, it's Kanavi who really comes up clutch. He doesn't quite get the Otacon, but this Xin Zhao is doing so much damage in these fights. A lot of that gold.
They're able to control the second dragon of the game and put themselves once again into a favorable position to try to go up to match point.
We were worried about this team, but what did we say, Grapes? They outscaled. Yes, this Rise is going to continue to be a problem, and you can buy time for Yorick, but Nayo.
Yeah, steals away
my words.
That blue buff, but you can see right now it's a 2-level lead, but it might not matter. Solo kill can collapse upon him. Instead, gonna push away 369 with the Crescent Guard, but Kanavi will do just the same.
Teleport.
And now the target will turn towards the Cassante. Cream comes forward with the teleport, and that is enough to push NIP away.
That's so many resources burned to try and kill Kanavi, and it still doesn't work. They are going to be able to rotate into the mid lane here. The tier 2 in the mid lane is going to look to be a target, but there's no way they're going to be able to pick this up easily. It's a lot of resources burned from both sides for what looks to be, minimal
NIP
pressure.
are going to have to operate off of right now, utilizing the side lane pressure that they have in the 1-3-1. They have a good matchup for solo kill up against the Aurora, and the rest of the team is hovering around that top side to make sure that TS do not start a Baron.
This is exactly what needs to happen. You got to buy as much time for Yorick as possible. You got those grubs and you got the Herald for a reason. You wanted to be able to play around the split push, and they're starting
Cream
Baron.
doesn't have TP. He's going to have to walk all the way up from the bottom lane Meanwhile, Solo Kill able to join his team. They're going to try to burst it down as fast as
they're
possible.
burning
At 5,000 HP, but Chovy is going to try to get into the pit as fast as he can. Niket will box him out and make sure that the Baron is secured at the cost of Niket's life. It's a big win for Ninjas in Pajamas in that sense. Now the question remains, what can they do with the Baron buff?
Absolutely massive play there from NIP, recognizing that Cream can't make his way to the fight. They just burn it down before anyone can get involved. They are going to lose their mid lane tier 1 for this, but I don't imagine they're going to lose too much more. Now they've got that Baron buff, and more importantly, they've taken that option away from TES during one of their biggest power spikes. Solo Kill with Grubs, with Baron buff, should be able to generate a ton of pressure. It's just how much can they get in the next 2 minutes.
And a Realm Warp comes forward. Doinby might have found Jacula, forcing the cleanse at the very least, but it looks like the chase is still on because Solo Kill is collapsing upon the Sivir, upon the Split 3 MVP. Lands the shovel, forces the flash, but Solo Kill will follow all the same. That's a kill on the TS80 carry, and NIP have found themselves a massive pick.
Yeah, and it's not done. They're continuing to push forward. The chains are going to get cleansed.
But at the follow-up, it lands still onto Cream. He's now forced to flash away, but Niket goes too far forward without his ultimate and will go down. The Dragon is still available. You'd imagine NIP want to retreat towards that as Doinby is doing work on the top side of the map. But right now, NIP still want to capitalize on this Baron buff. They take the mid lane tier 2 and will then retreat towards the objective.
It's a massive swing for NIP, a brilliant call for them to start and to take that Baron, and it's completely put them back into the draw.
Against the Split 1 champions. Now mid lane wave's going to get contested over Niket with an aggressive Hex Flash forward. It might cost him a whole lot. He's going to have to pop the ultimate. He dashes away from the Braum ulti himself, but here comes the collapse from
Doinby's
369.
not here.
He's not able to get the kill onto the cow. A teleport comes forward from Doinby as all of NIP have converged onto the bottom into the mid lane. It prevents the split pushing, but now they found Chovy. Abscond Duck Guts connect. The Crescent Guard gonna buy some time. Finding the kill on Niket is the Xin Zhao. Leave unable to do anything for now, but here comes the rest of the damage. Here comes Top Esports, and here comes Jackie Love. He gets chained though. Leaves untouched. Leaves got himself a triple kill. And NIP end up finding the ace, and they have a wave in the mid lane with inhibitor towers only ones remaining.
Leave gets a chance to pop off to make up for the positioning mistakes he made earlier on. They are sieging down the base, and with death timers this long, that's going to be a game win for NIP to tie this series up at 1 apiece.
It looked shaky in the start of that fight, but it ends beautifully for Ninjas in Pajamas. The team from Group Nirvana will take down the first place seed in a game in this series. The question is, how many more can they take? This series is evened up at 1.
Of course, you have so much scaling. You're looking at Azir, you're looking at Gnar, even Jin's going to be valuable in the late game with Skarner and Leona as primary forms of setup. This is a game where NIP... Oh, this is a good grab for NIP if they can start it up. He is going to dodge out of some of the CC, but the heals popped. They're looking for him.
Notably, Hong, it's 10.5 minutes, and this Leona does not have the Solar Flare yet. That could be impactful here for a fight, as Niket Hex flashes away. Ixtal's impact forward from Chovy is not able to find a knock-up, and now the Skarner's at half HP. There's the Magnet Storm, and Canavi's forced to flash away, but the Dragon is still at 3,000 HP. Neither top laner can join the fight, so it'll be a 4v4 with the battle lines drawn. Leave looking to poke here with his rockets as the Dragon is taken low. In they go. It is taken here by the red side. Nio secures it, but a 2-man impale is canceled by the death of Chovy. In goes Nio. He gets himself a kill. All 4 members live until finally Niket will drop it. Hong is caught underneath the Dragon pit. Will not find the kill until Leave will pick him up. And now the Corki is chasing down Jackie Love. He's forced to flash away. And NIP win the fight around the Dragon.
It's a massive fight win. They really needed to be able to pick that one up, and it's played beautifully by Ninjas in Pajamas to be able to create the opportunity. Honestly, I wasn't quite sure that play was going to work out. They burned
there with the Emperor's Divide, preventing that full call of the pack to come through, and that means that Top Esports will now have full control around the Rift Herald.
Yeah, they end up playing it really, really well, and the fight's being taken. Leave in danger. He's going to try and poke this out.
Teleport coming in. It looks like Ninja's Pajamas want to fight this, although they will not get a steal. Chovy able to smite the Herald away, but in comes solo kill. Doinby gonna match at the teleport of his own. Oh, Impale lands onto 2 though, and already Niket forced the flash away, and Leave is down just like that. What can the solo laners do on the backside though, as solo kill has taken down Jackie Love. Hong is next to follow, and Doinby still lives. Cream goes forward, but he had to use the flash to get there. Nio flashes over the wall. He's now stuck in a 2v3 with solo kill, but he finds the stun. That's a triple kill in for the Croc. Solo kill, and Nio single-handedly winning the team fight for Ninjas in Pajamas. 369 jumps forward, a bloodbath around the Rift Herald, and only the top laners remain. The stun not gonna find anybody just yet. Solo kill will go down. It's a double kill for 369 and a 5 for 4 overall.
Of the gold that they end up acquiring, but because they end up getting it onto some key targets, Cream ends up picking up a kill there. All the gold ends up going onto solo kill, but look, they're going now on 369.
They want to try to save the tower. Nice 2-man Gnar from 369. Mission successful with the objective going down, popping the emote as well to let him know. Better than the others. You can see in the gold right now. Despite 3 kills going into solo kill's hands, he's down 1,300 to the likes of 369 on this Gnar. You can see a 3rd item coming soon, whether it's the Hullbreaker or the Sterix. Still going to be frightening nonetheless, as you now see top eSports going in onto Doinby, and Impale will land, combined with a deadly flourish. An easy kill onto the Talia will result in top eSports evening up the kill count at 7. Beautiful play from them so far. Another nice buffer from Cream to make sure that ultimate doesn't connect. That's going to be a fun interaction to watch for the remainder of this game.
Yeah, it looks like Cream's even just saving it for that specific interaction, which is pretty funny. As we see the Rift Herald now dropped into the mid lane, it's going to be targeted on this mid lane tier 1. They should be able to get this without relative trouble.
We'll see how much damage they have with just a Jhin at the AD carry position. Wave cleared out, but in comes 369. The crash down prevents the Gnar from landing onto Leave, but it'll still find Niket. Ishtal's impact lands. The redemption gonna heal him up a lot, buy a lot of time before Jackie Love eventually lands the final blow with the bouncing grenades. Unfortunately for NIP, they were not in a position to find anything else off of that play, so it is just
pressured. You know, not forcing a lot of these plays to go your way early can definitely be to your benefit. You just get one of these small fights, get a little bit more gold, you know, can start to get in your favor. Otacon now spawned on the bottom side. Chovy is here, so is Nio. We'll see if they want to potentially go for this with the Azir turnout.
See a reset coming through from solo kill. He actually just either burned his flash or is about to come up, whether the visual bug still exists or not, but he's actually just gonna reset now as in goes Hong. Chovy though finds an exalted back and a 3-man Impale. Niall's able to get out with the invulnerability. Cream whiffs on the ultimate, and now top eSports could be in some danger with solo kill approaching. He's looking for the flash away from Hong as the curtain call's been opened up, and Doinby going to get taken down, but he finds the seismic shove. Leaves still alive. He gets flourished, but he cleanses beautifully to keep himself alive. Solo kill into the backline will take down Hong. Jackie Love goes down to Nio, and Ninjas in Pajamas will be able to come back and win the fight.
I did not think NIP had a shot in that fight. It is a beautiful engage from Chovy, but there's no damage to follow up. Cream completely whips the Azir ultimate. There's no damage coming out from him. Jacking up quite a bit, and this is a beautiful Captain Jack coming in from Leave. It's still one of those fights where you have to perform a bit better on the side of TES. It's an execution diff, and it ends up in NIP's favor. Dragon, as we saw, going over to top eSports, though, in live.
If Leave did not get caught by that, speaking of caught, Niket has been easily by the side of Chovy as Jackie Love will pick up the first kill, but in goes solo kill. He's gonna pick up the kill on to 369 before eventually dropping. Nio able to jump away. We still have Leave and Doinby at half HP. It's a 4v3 on the map. Jackie Love taken very low as Doinby and Leave gonna now try to poke out top eSports. It looks like the Dragon was secured by TES off of that play, but NIP at least able to get one back.
Yeah, it's definitely a chaotic way to come out of
against one of the staples here in the LPL, and he struggled a little bit in their first game, but I mean, since then has looked really good, both on the Yorick and then now on the Renekton. But now Niket might be caught out once more. Zenith Blade does connect, but he's bought enough time for the rest of his team to arrive. The Impale only landing onto the support, and it could mean that Hong gonna go down in a trade. So a 1-for-1 overall. You're gonna be happy about that if you're NIP, especially with the kill going to Leave.
Yeah, it's an aggressive trade once you're first, but how much do NIP want to commit to this? This could be the fight that ends up deciding the game.
Weaver's wall in. Chovy could be caught out. He gets stunned. He has to flash away already. He lands the Impale, but there's nobody to drag him back to. A huge pick by Ninjas in Pajamas off the back of Doinby's Weaver's wall. Allows for them to even up the dragon count and find themselves pressure on Summoner's Rift.
it's not just the Dragon. They're moving their way up. Baron is on the table, and Chovy is dead for 30 seconds. The dance is absolutely going to take place. How much can top esports avoid disaster?
What a find by Group Nirvana representatives, ninjas in pajamas. They're looking for another kill onto Hong. Is the blast cone away? JackeyLove dodging away from that seismic shove. Now Doinby has his shield procced on the Archangels, and so NIP will not be able to go for the Baron. Instead, they will turn their sights towards a reset and be able to try to get some of that gold back into their carry's hand. Baron, again, the only objective left up. Neither team really wants to start this one, K-Man, but they definitely want to make sure the other team does not start it as well.
Yeah, you don't want to be giving over Baron for free. We've already seen how that can go in this series as another Weaver's Wall's coming out.
Wall. This time, only a little bit chip damage onto Chovy, and now the Solar Flare lands onto Talia, forced to go golden, and that makes sure that the Impale doesn't connect, but Niket's already taken very low. The Redemption used, and the Curtain Call has been opened up. Cream with a massive flank, looking potentially to find a pick onto the NIP mid laner, already chunking out Doinby, chunking out solo kill, waiting for 369, but Evil Valk right towards him, and forced the Gnar to back away.
This is such a tense fight. Graves says Nio's going in. Oh, he's going to be able to back out. This is very, very back and forth. It gets very, very tumultuous at multiple points. They're still posturing. All ultimates could be available. Cream still has the shuffle. Leave has all of his rockets. Solo kill, Nio, all of these ultimates are still on the table. The dance will continue around this spot. But you know who it really comes down to? It's Cream on this Azir. He's got the gold lead for top esports. If he can find a way in, that could be huge for TES's chances. Here we go.
Flash ulti divide all up alongside that hourglass for Cream. The deadly flourish lands on Niket, but there's no follow-up right now for top esports. All 10 members of this game around the topside river, because this Baron will make or break this game, could make or break this series, and it's TES that are once again returning to it.
Continue to just dance and posture. They want to make sure they have the vision coverage. So
Doinby. Oh, that Impale was up in 2 seconds for Chovy. If maybe he found it a little bit later.
They're starting in.
An opportunity to attack Doinby, who is without flash and without that Seekers himself. The Baron's been started up by top esports, but Nio is in the area, has his flash, has his ultimate, has his smite. The most important part. Niket with the two-man Magnus Storm finds the stun, but immediately JackeyLove's going to be able to take him down. Solo kill with the Sterix will keep himself alive. Solo kill will finally drop, but in goes Leave. He'll take down Chovy, and Nio's able to burst down Cream as well. In they go on to JackeyLove. The curtain call canceled, and Nio forced to go invulnerable. 369 approaching Mininar form. The health bar still on top esports' side, but it's a 3-for-3 and the Baron still stands.
Oh my goodness!
That now the objective and control around the river belongs to your #1 seed. They're going to be able to secure this one, get themselves Infernal Soul Point, would have been the soul if NIP didn't get the last one, and now Hong's looking for a pick. Deadly Flourish on top of the Solar Flare, only finding Niket. And in that dismounted form, still in a very dangerous spot. He's able to finally reproc the W with Nio forcing NIP in a very scary situation. The Baron now available. They know that Niket likely wants to take a reset, but they will not pull the Baron.
Yeah, this is such a tense situation. Baron really the only thing on the map to worry about right now. But it's soul point for top esports there.
You can see, though, top esports always able to have that advantage just in terms of, you know, the amount of pressure that they have across the map. And you can take a look in terms of the turret count. They just have the ability to rotate better than NIP does at this current point. NIP do not have a tower yet in this game, and it really handcuffs their ability to rotate around the map. As you can see now, forced to go back to the Baron Nashor. Poking here is Doinby and Leave. Nio jumping forward. They find a stun to Chovy. That is the Impale down. A big cooldown that NIP should try to take advantage of here.
Yeah, they absolutely need to. 369.
He's been caught. Oh, seismic shove lands on a 369. Pucks to Sterix, but now in goes Nio. The Impale will send him forward. The Excel's impact going to be able to take him down. Jungler for NIP out of the picture, and so's the support. Curtain call opened up here for JackeyLove, just forcing NIP to back away as top esports gain control and should control the Baron at 35 minutes.
369 once again coming up clutch. And now with the Baron buff, they're going to look to siege down this top lane tier 2.
Sterix OP, and the Gnar able to survive because of that shield specifically. And now the tower lead will grow with nice and healthy. As NIP running out of options right now in this game 3. It's going to have to be up to Leave on this Corki. Still in a good position to fight. Nayo starting to fall off a little bit because the front line has really grown on TES's side. They're wearing purple for another 85 seconds, and they're going to try to collapse upon this mid lane tier 3 with Cream, as well as the bot lane tier 2 with the rest of them.
They need to play safe here, Nayo.
Oh, look at the impale onto 3. But here comes the collapse from Doinby. In with the Weaver's Wall a little bit sooner. But Jackie Love's got the first kill on the solo kill. And Cream in with the Emperor's Divide. Just an exclamation point on a disastrous team fight for Ninjas in Pajamas. A quadra kill with the deadly flourish of Jackie Love will send your #1 seed to match point.
Chovy impales a stake through the hearts of Ninjas in Pajamas, and Jackie Love is there to pick up the remains. They are breaking down the base, they are breaking down the towers, and Top eSports are doing what they should have done all along. Pick up a much-needed victory here and send us to a Game 4 against Ninjas in Pajamas.
11-2.
How they want to end up playing. Their early game's going to be really strong. Their late game's going to be really strong. When you can start hitting the 3rd, 4th item, Caitlyn can really start shredding through. Once again, can you take advantage of that? Relatively positive overall for NIP.
I mean, it's taking really long for Nayo to take this down. He's only level 4, and nobody on his team was able to join. It's enough for Chovy to back, hit level 5, buy a Sheen, and come back to make this an all-out brawl around the first Dragon Pit. Jackie Love on the flank, but Nayo still able to secure the Dragon. He will likely go down, not even going to burn his flash, as it's first blood over to TS.
And it's first blood over to Cream. I cannot stress enough how important this Akali is.
Been a tough time for him in terms of farming, and that was a big problem for NIP as they got later on into game #1 specifically. Cocoon lands on it to Cream. It's going to be followed up here by a stun of Nayo. There's a shockwave, and there's a beautiful play by NIP. The roaming jungle support duo will take down, what is it, 7, 8 plates taken in the full tower at 11 minutes.
That is so much gold. You know, gold advantages. She has Collector finished. Like, the fight right now, despite being at 12 minutes, a part of the game where it's supposed to be weaker for Caitlyn, is not anti-Caitlyn. You gotta be very scared of that if you're NIP.
Results in Top eSports taking the first Dragon as well.
It's okay to play really aggressive and to constantly look for plays. I think the more they look for, the better off this is going to be in the mid game here, especially as he's now finishes under Sky.
Leave pops the barrier, but it's not enough. Jackie Love takes him down with double headshots. And we'll get another kill into the hands of Top eSports. Speaking of, Niket under heavy fire as Chovy gets shockwave to keep his support alive. Doinby doing a good job protecting on the top side, but
that's a lot of power for Jackie Love as he picks up that kill in the mid lane. This Caitlyn is starting to get out of control. You see the top laner starting to duel. Could actually be
solo
something
kill.
pretty big.
Dodges away from the public execution. Nayo coming in as well with the Grand Starfall. Flashes on top of the Mbessa. Not many more tools of escape at its disposal unless the dashes do connect. Nayo is taking so low but will survive. The shield gonna keep 369 up and healthy. And it's now solo kill forced to run. Hong flashes after him. Looking for the Mantra Cube but will not find it. But Chovy will find it all the same. Feats of Warfare secured. And it might be another one as well as Niket's now forced to flee. Doesn't have a flash. Doesn't have the repel. Certainly going to go down as 369 and Chovy continuing to chase. There's the flash forward from the Monkey King, and Chovy makes it 4-1.
Bot lane ends up really coming back to bite them. You know, I wanted to see them make plays, Grapes. I'm not sure that's the one I was looking for. Leave now has to flash out. This karma is causing so many problems for Ninjas in Pajamas, but once again,
have this one end in a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, I think they're certainly in a great position to do that. Cream, though, could potentially get capitalized on. Teleport coming in.
Teleport comes in from Doinby. He provides a really nice opportunity for the perfect execution of the second dash. Enough to keep Cream alive. And now Chovy is fighting 1v3. One more crushing blow will take down Elise. And now Doinby is going to be under fire. Finally solo kill. Finds the kill. And now the collapse is here. Remember, there's no tier 1 turret on the bottom side. So Doinby is in a lot of trouble as they are just waiting for Leave to arrive to prevent Top eSports from going any farther.
That was almost a true 1v3 from Chovy, and he still picked up a kill. It really ends up working because 369 has to burn resources, and now Rift Herald does go in favor of NIP if they can take some of that standing gold on the map, get it into the pockets of Orianna and Gwen, who need to be there to carry in the late game. That can be really nice for this team, but you need to make sure you can utilize this properly. Dragon is on the map as well, and that could be a big win condition for TES and even for NIP with both of them at one apiece.
NIP just, they need some way to just get some gold into their carries' hands, and Top
Cream.
Esports aren't letting it come for free, as Cream will just take down Niket without even using the second proc of his ult. Gonna try to find it on Adoinb instead. The perfect execution, gonna try to take him down, but Nio gonna save his mid laner with the Grand Starfall, and Hong here as well with the tether. Nio looking aggressively, but he doesn't know that JackeyLove's on the way. Meanwhile, the Dragon going down. A Shuriken flip lands onto Nio again, and Cream is going to force Doinb and Nio back away.
Cream is playing gutsy right now, and so is 369.
Going in with the public execution, knowing that Chovy is here as well to help him out. It's just going to be the needlework. Forced out of solo kill, as now Top Esports have control on the top side. Doinb in severe danger, gets tethered, gets rooted. Hong with one more inner flame should take him down, but JackeyLove on the backside gets picked up by Nio and Niket, and Cream is out of energy. Finally able to use the Shuriken flip, but he won't be able to flip back as Niket will get the kill. Nio saving the game for NIP, getting themselves a numerous amount of kills back, and Niket picks himself up another one as well.
What was that fight? That looked like a clean dive on the top side that they should have been able to disengage from, but they think they can win it after their health bars have been completely obliterated. Hung even just walks back in to give a third kill for free. A truly terrible play there from Top Esports. It doesn't completely turn the tide, but it really is not good for them. They are going to lose this top lane
Start to cope. Guys, Doinb is 5 year gold ahead. He's got his Roa stacking up. We got 2 items on Nio. He's very strong on this Pantheon. And they're going to look for another pick onto Cream as well. He comes in with the perfect execution, dodges the shockwave. Beautifully played by Cream. He just broke Doinb's ankles and has forced the Orianna to run straight to his doom. The ace in the hole from JackeyLove will do the deed. And now Nio is under fire. A 1v4 under his tier 1 as it melts like paper mache. Cream, the hero, to get 2 kills right back for TES.
Top Esports saw the top side play and they said, hold on, let me try that one again. Let me get a second take on that one, and they certainly make it a little bit more worthwhile the second time around. Cream, you know, say what you will about his questionable decisions. We'll get back to him.
Oh, Leave just unable to play the game. Chovy, 369, both ulti on top of him, and that is a dead misfortune. And Elise soon to follow. Niket in a tough spot, lands the cocoon, but he's running the wrong way. At the very most, looking for an execute at this point. We'll see if he gets it as Cream is still hunting him down. Run, my little spider, run! Underneath the fountain, maybe one more tower shot. And he's going to, I think he's going to be able to get it. There it is. Well done.
There
hey, small victories right now. It's going to be Otacon started up on spawn in response.
You know, it feels weird to kind of sit here and clap and cheer while we watch TES take Otacon, but certainly feels appropriate for how this game has gone. It's just been a complete sole point for Top Esports. NIP want to deny this at all costs.
369 has teleport, so he should be able to join the fight. Numerous amount of places he could use that spell, including a wave in the bot side, but instead going to look towards that ward as in comes the Grand Starfall. Target going to be JackeyLove. Caitlyn without the flash. He cleanses, but he can't cleanse the DPS that Nio and solo kill have. That's the first kill in favor of NIP, but it's going to come at the cost of Niket, and Cream will jump forward. Public execution onto the Pantheon, and he's going to go down to the Cyclone of Chovy. Bullet time shockwave combo. Not nearly enough. Leave gonna go down. Cream fully taking everyone. And he'll flash away to safety. Doinb will take him down, but it'll come at the cost of an ace going over to NIP.
Top Esports once again, and Chovy on this 7-kill Wukong, who has been massive across the course of this game. It is so difficult to get into solo kill with that teleport available. So tough to be able to match everywhere, but see if NIP can do the job. Baron is going to be potentially the next target.
And to cope again, you know, now we're getting 2 items on Leave. This is potentially like the area nearby that mid-game trough for Caitlyn, especially without summoner spells for the next little bit. NIP need to find some sort of action that results in them getting back into this game. Problem is, the gold lead is still pretty significant, but if they can find the right fight, things could go their way. They might find something here onto 369, who's at half HP, forcing Niket to use the repel, but the shockwave doesn't find anybody. Solo kill teleporting in, but he's going to be immediately matched by Cream, and Doinb will be taken down. Niket to follow, and in goes Cream on to Nio. The Grand Starfall going to save him for just a little bit, but the bullet time just tickling Top Esports at this point. Leave gets rooted. Leave gets taken down. It's a triple kill to JackeyLove, another ace for TS.
Well, if you were looking for the dagger, I think we just found it. That could perhaps be the final nail in the coffin for Ninjas in Pajamas in this game. Top lane tier 2 is going to fall. Baron should be close. It doesn't look like they want to prioritize it just yet, but they can duo with the Wukong and the Caitlyn very easy. Cream is going to be making his way up. I think some of the most notable things you can look at on your screen right now, you know, Jackie level 16, Leave just hitting level 14. Oh, and we might not even get to that point. Jackie Love.
From half HP, a 2-man shockwave though lands on a Jackie Love and he'll get shut down by Nio. The bullet time again, not doing anything to take down 369 as it is a 2-for-1 overall. Cream dashing forward public execution. There's a Cyclone as well from Kanavi. Nio chunked to 500. He gets knocked up again and taken down, and only Doinby and Leave remain to save the game, to save the series for Ninjas in Pajamas as Top Esports looking to close this one out.
Doingby and Leave alone in the base for Ninjas in Pajamas. It's almost poetic. The two members that have been with the team for the entirety of the year have to hold off the mammoth task of Top Esports. We do see Niket respawning. The base is being sieged. Will this be it?
369 going in, taking Leave down to half again. Second inhibitor down into the bottom lane. But it looks like Top Esports do not want to take any risks. They want to play.
You know, NIP have at least found some success killing Jackie Love by diving in with the Ocean Soul. Started. It's literally just one crit auto that kills Leave and then instantly obliterates Niket. This is a miserable position to be. Oh, well, there you go.
369 said, screw this replay. I'm going to end the game myself. Takes down Leave single-handedly. It's going to be a double kill in for Cream as well. Solo kill in a 1v3 under his tower. Going to get one back onto Hong, but it's not going to get him his life right back. Doinby underneath the tier 3. He's going to be the last casualty. Kanavi and the rest of Top Esports dominate Ninjas in Pajamas as Top Esports go to the top as your first seed in Group Ascend moves on to the upper bracket semifinals. And hey, they got a matchup against their old support and Crisp against Weibo in just a couple days.